All right, good morning and welcome to this morning's installment of the Bear Tournament in Ohio. We're in Cincinnati at Queen City Sportsplex. This game, a matchup between the 12U Cincinnati Junior Cyclones and the Chesterfield Falcons Club out of St. Louis. Junior Cyclones out of Cincinnati, their local team. Falcons on the season have still maintained their first place standings in regular season stats. 9 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie, forcing 47 goals, allowing 26. This one won't count toward regular season matchup, of course. Falcons overall are 21-10-3, forcing 125 goals, allowing 79. To open, it's Harrison at center, passing over to Gorham, who's now at left. Bit of a change with Mickley at right. Masterson and Lurk on defense. Pass ahead to 73. 73 looking for a shot. Sent it toward the net, but that was off the skate of Mickley. Now Harrison advancing the puck. That was cleared away by the Cyclones, then to Mickley. Ahead to Harrison, but Harrison lost it in transition. Now it's through neutral zone territory into the hands of Masterson. He tries to clear it across the blue line. He'll get it done. Picked up by number 73, Canterbury. That's a shot. Armstrong with a save down low, deflected toward Masterson. Puck poked away initially in the hands of Masterson. Kept in, though, by the Cyclones. They'll look for a shot in the shooting lane, deflected wide by Gorham. And it's Canterbury, number 73 again, sending one toward the net. That one wide this time. Falcons trying to clear. That was off the effort of Harrison. Harrison down low to the opposite corner. Masterson sends it into the neutral zone. That'll be deflected off number 37. That's Harmon. Cyclones on the attack. Falcons with a line change. Beck with possession. Beck pass ahead to Benton. LeGrand to his left. Benton will enter. Benton down the corner, pressured by 2 Cyclones. Cyclones come away with possession. Now they'll clear it out. No, stopped by Newport. Benton with possession again. Centering pass down low and deflected off the stick of Newport and into the breadbasket of number 14, the goalie for the Junior Cyclones to start the game. Of course, they have 2 goalies on the roster. This one, Geneva Markwell. The other goalie, Luke Miller. We'll see if they come out for a change or not, but Geneva with her first stop of the action. Benton picking that up as the Falcons back checking effectively in the neutral zone. Cyclones in the corner, past number 34, Ree. Picked up by the Falcons. Benton pokes it down low. Picked up by number 44 for the Cyclones with Newport chasing after. It's the Cyclones, though, who have it. Cyclones on the attack. They'll try to get it ahead. It's number 13. Pass over to 34. Armstrong with a save. And a big save by Armstrong, who shifted over and beat the pass on his feet. Keeps it alive. And the Falcons need a win to stay in contention in the tournament standings. They're currently last place right now after having dropped a loss to the Glass City Gladiators out of Toledo, Ohio. That loss is 6-1 drop, and now the Falcons need a couple of wins to keep things competitive. It seems the coaches are getting a little creative right now with the line changes. That was Tyler Konitsky. He's puck in the neutral zone. Pass ahead to Bryant by Masterson. Past the stick of Bryant into the hands of Junior Cyclones. They're now back on the attack, looking for a centering pass. They'll try to clear that one toward the net. Armstrong adjusting over. And Armstrong back up. Armstrong, the big theme for him today is rebound control. Led a few rebounds up, and that led to open net space. And the Glass City Gladiators able to capitalize a handful of times. That'll be offsides, but not called. Maybe it's a delayed offsides. No whistle blown. number 7 on the attack. This is Araverasu. Gladiators 52 looking for a centering pass. They'll get that over. Harrison off the boards toward Gorham. Gorham trying to clear it out. No, picked up by Araverasu for the junior Cyclones. Poked away by Masterson. Back to Mickley. Masterson finally into the neutral zone. It'll have a little bit of energy. It's picked up by the junior Cyclones. Harrison trying to stop it. Still in the attacking zone. Sent toward Gorham. Picked up by Mickley. Mickley sending it ahead. Called clear. Play continues. Beck pokes it across. No. Stopped by the Cyclones at the blue line. Beck finally back in, but cleared by the Cyclones out of their own defensive zone. Correction. And a nice one-touch pass by Lurk ahead to Mickley. Mickley will try to get a shot. That's into the body of number 65, Ryba. 12 for the Cyclones, contested by Gorham. Lurk sending it forward, but stopped. Now the Cyclones into the neutral zone. Benton contesting. Poked it off the boards, wided, passed over to 12, Poulter. Newport in the area as well as Mickley. Poked wide, picked up by Araverasu. He's going to see a stick poke check by Lurk. That's wide. Now Beck. Puck behind the net. In a shot. Picked up by 12 over the shoulder of Armstrong. And at 7:49 in the first, it's the junior Cyclones who move ahead. No open scoring. I believe that was a one-timer. That was a pass from behind the net, picked up by number 12, Poulter. And Poulter getting a quick wrist shot off. Open it up. Now it'll be Benton. Benton with Newport to his left. He's going to swing into the shooting lane. Looks for a shot. Sends it towards the net. It's just wide. Newport unable to collect it. Now the Cyclones back on the attack. It's a 3-on-3. That pass toward number 73, Canterbury, wide. Now into the corner. It's Denny who picks it up. Pass toward Newport. Newport, one-touch pass toward Kernitsky, but stopped by number 37. That was Harmon. And the puck now back into the top of the zone. Kernitsky with possession. He'll look for a pass ahead, but lost it off the back-checking effort of Harmon. Canterbury trying to send this one ahead to Armstrong, and he'll smother the puck up as it glided all the way down low. Clock at 6:59 now in the first period. Got a handful of posts in the way and restricting visibility a little bit, but we'll do the best to call this one. 13 looking for a shot. That puck coming over. And that was a pass from Masters to Bryant. Deflected off Bryant's stick. It's wide off the boards. Picked up by 57, Mamek. Mamek trying to clear. Now 34. It's in the neutral zone. Poked back by Lurk. Lurk to Masters. Masters over to Walkenhorst, but it's loose. Picked up by the junior Cyclones. Loose now to Bryant. Bryant wanted a shot, but mishandled and into the corner. Poke back to Masterson. Masterson with a shot. That was into the body of one of the junior Cyclones. And another shot. It's going to be picked up by Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst had a chance down low. The loose puck. And unfortunately, we've got a junior Cyclone down on the ice. He took a shot to the body by Masterson. It looks like it's number 13, Axel Schlake. And just a gut shot to the midsection. I'm sure he's reeling from it and might have knocked the wind out of him. We'll see. Axel Schlake. I don't think so. Oh, but it could be. So they're going to check his midsection right now. I'm sure he's going to be fine. It looks like he's about to get up. Gesturing to his coach, I think it's okay. Falcons back to their bench. They'll get a quick word. And he's up That's a good sign. Number 13, Axel Schlake for the Cincinnati Junior Cyclones. He's up, he's moving. There we go. Can you hold this for 1 second? Now face off by Harrison toward Gorham, who's now at left. And a little bit of experimentation again with the lines. Beck and Denny on defense. This one towards center ice. Harrison and Gorham attempting to control it, but it's picked up by number 7, Aravarasu. They'll get through traffic. That was picked up by 23, but poked away by the Falcons. It'll go the length of the ice. Should be icing, and it is. It's blown dead at 5:42 in the first period. We'll continue play back in the Falcons' defensive zone now. Falcons working to clear. It's into the neutral zone. Mickley in tow. He got a piece of it. Picked up by Harrison. Now to Gorham. Mickley working toward the puck, but it's the Cyclones who are back on the attack. It's a 2-on-2 with Gorham behind. 65 with possession. That's Ryba. That one in front of the net. They'll look for a centering pass. No junior Cyclone there to accept. It'll go across the blue line, but called offsides, and that stops the clock at 5:15 in the first period. And then lead maintained by the junior Cyclones. The Cyclones who lost yesterday to the Indy Junior Fuel. We've got a team from Cincinnati, Toledo, Indianapolis, and St. Louis in the tournament. That one called onside by the ref with one just near the blue line, cleared out by number 92 Masterson for the Falcons, and that'll bring us another icing call. Five minutes on the clock in the first period. And Coach Harrison giving Benton a word as he heads to face off now in their own defensive territory. Newport at left, LeGrand at right, Masterson and Kranitsky on defense. Picked up by Benton. Benton trying to send that one off the boards, actually deflected up into the bench of the Falcons. So everybody gets a little chuckle there, and both teams will face off again in the same spot. Same line as before, and it looks like it's 0-0 for the Junior Cyclones. Grayson Francis, who will face off against Will Benton. And it's the Cyclones who had it, but that pass intercepted by Newport, and then barely off the stick of Benton. It's number 2 with possession. Chased behind was Benton, who got a piece of it, and just at the blue line, picked up by the Junior Cyclones. But no, it's actually James LeGrand. He may have an opportunity. He'll look for a shot. He's going to get forced wide. He's down in the corner now with a couple dark jerseys all over him, but LeGrand broke loose. Pass toward Benton. Benton backhand shot. That one, though, back down behind the net. And the view obscured by the post, so a brief break there. But it's the Cyclones now who are breaking out. It's a 3-on-1. They'll look for a shot on net. It's 37, centering pass over. Armstrong with an initial save, and he dumps on the puck. And that was 37 who carried it in, Harmon, and sent the puck across the threshold of the net. And a good job by the Cyclones to send one down low, but Armstrong moving just quickly enough to pick it up. Puck now back behind the red threshold, picked up by Beck, and Tordler now in the hands of Masters with Walkenhorst to his left. Masters will have a shot. That's a shot. Wrist shot over the crossbar, a nice quick one, but it's back into the neutral zone on the energy from Masters. Beck trying to send it through. Canterbury contesting 13. with possession. That's Schlake, who came off the ice for a little bit of a medical break. Now 67, who wants a shot. That's going to be off the body of Armstrong. And it was Bryant who lost it. It's Schlake again trying to dance around. He's into the low slot. Shot. Armstrong with a save. So Falcons seeing some pressure and spending maybe more time than they'd prefer in their own defensive zone, but Armstrong doing a nice job to prevent some rebounds, as that was one of the problems from yesterday. And he had some advice from some local goalie friends in St. Louis: get a little bit more aggressive. We'll see if he comes out in the crease when it's appropriate, of course, but it's the Cyclones who come away with it. That's going to be a pass over to number 7. That's Aravarisu. Pressure by Kranitsky. And off the boards, it's Harrison with Gorham to his left. Contested by 65. Triba picked up by Harrison. Harrison off the boards, back to Kranitsky at the point. Kranitsky back down low to the corner, picked up by Harrison. Harrison, pressure by number 65, Ryba. And Harrison goes down. Hard to see behind the post, but that'll be a tripping call. It should be on 65, Ryba. And it is. The first power play of the game will go to the Falcons, who now have a 5-on-4 advantage for a minute and a half. That penalty coming at 2:51. And the Falcons will try to tie the game on a power play effort. That's passed over to Gorham. Gorham dishes back to Masterson up top. And a deflection by Mickley. That was a close one, but just wide. Nice pass from Masterson to Mickley. The deflection, a good chance. Now 37 Harmon, though, skating toward the net. That'll go wide, picked up, and it's deflected. And the puck loose as number 37 slid into Armstrong. Armstrong dropping down, and they'll all come say hi to each other. And 37 giving Parker Armstrong a hug. A good show of sportsmanship. You like to see it. Armstrong making the initial save, and the puck went loose, and a scary moment as the Falcons had hoped for a loose puck not to be picked up, but with the net also going loose at the same time. That was fortuitous. And it's a pass back to Legrand. Legrand into the neutral zone, though collected by the Cyclones, and they'll send it back across the blue line, though it's number 12, Poulter, who was caught offsides. And so play now will stop momentarily, and both lines will reset. 2:16 on the clock. 50 seconds remains on the power play. Ryba still in the sin bin. It's 0-0 facing off against Benton. Newport sent it ahead, but picked up by 57. That's back to Denny. Denny lost it in his feet. He'll try to clear off the boards. Nearly collected by number 12, Poulter. Pass ahead to Legrand by Newport. Legrand shot, but that was contested and just wide. Slid behind the net, collected by the Cyclones, and the Falcons will find themselves back in neutral zone territory. That's a pass to Benton. Benton, who will have to force it back down low, and the Falcons now on the forecheck. It's Newport. Pass to Benton. It'll be cleared down to the point. It's Denny with a shot through traffic, deflected by the Cyclones. It's low, and Newport working the puck toward the goalie. Wanted a rebound, but smothered. And a good job by number 14, Markwell, to stop play. 1:31 on the clock. 10 seconds remains on the 5-on-4 advantage for the Falcons. Junior Cyclones looking to close out the penalty kill. And the puck cleared out into the neutral zone. Masterson collecting it. He'll send it back low, and only a handful of seconds left on this power play. Maybe called for icing, and it is. That'll be an effective penalty kill. 2 seconds remains as the Falcons will open up 5-4. 5 Falcons players, 4 junior Cyclones. In the Falcons' defensive territory, it's Masters facing off against 0-0. That's Francis. Masters trying to clear the puck toward Bryant. That's picked up by the Cyclones in the neutral zone. They'll fire it across, but offsides, and now we're 5-on-5. It's even strength at 112. Cyclones attempting to close this period out with a 1-0 lead. Pass from Kernitsky to Masterson. Masterson into the neutral zone toward Bryant. Bryant keeping it. Walkenhorst to his right, now behind, and Walkenhorst off the boards. They'll send it toward Masters, who is on the opposite side of the net. Masters attempting to pass toward Kernitsky. Masterson will chase after. Armstrong waiting for the puck. He's going to clear it over. A little goalie pass. And a centering pass broken up by Bryant. Picked up by number 9 in traffic. Deflected off a couple of sticks. Falcons trying to clear it out. It's now in the hands of Walkenhorst. Tipped loose to Bryant. Bryant pass ahead to Masters, and a nice dish. Masters swinging over. He'll want a shot. That's a backhand pass in traffic. Deflected by the Cyclones. And 67 trying to work around. This is Payne. Payne around Lurk. 67 contested. Armstrong with a left leg pad save. Pass to Masters, but kept in up top by the Cyclones. And Canterbury getting a sticklet poke away by Walkenhorst. Hey, Sophia. And that's the end of play. That's the whistle and the horn. The first period has concluded. It's the Cyclones who enter the second with the 1-goal lead. Yeah. That's fine, whatever. Yeah. If it's good, then go with it. It's 14 Markwell who will remain in net for the Junior Cyclones to open action in the second. And again, with the new line, it's Harrison facing off against number 13 Schlake. Gorham at left, Mickley at right. Beck and Lurk on defense. This puck will go the length of the ice down to the corner. Picked up by 67. That was right, or Payne, correction. Falcons clear it out to Harrison. It's a one-on-one with Gorham behind. Harrison will swing around. Harrison will have a chance at a shot. That's a shot and a blocker save, actually off the shaft of the goalie's stick. So a good job by Markwell to prevent that chance by the Falcons, and a good one at that, as Harrison normally capitalizes on those. Harrison doing a good job to break out the one-on-one opportunity. A good one. Lurk attempting to clear, picked up by Schlake, and that shot over the body of Armstrong and the net. Again, it's the Cyclones with possession. Beck working for it, picked up by Gorham. Gorham pass ahead to Harrison, though lost off the skate of Harrison and deflected back into the neutral zone. It's the Cyclones who attempt to clear it ahead. Pass by Lurk up to Harrison. Harrison on a line change. This one will head down to the goalie, and Markwell will smother. Stops the clock at 11:43. Benton facing off against number 52. That was picked up by Kernitsky at the top. Sent it down through traffic. Just ended up down below the red threshold. Now Junior Cyclones looking to break out. It's a nice stop by Kernitsky in the neutral zone. That was 23 Weingartner. Falcons back in their attacking territory, but picked up by the Cyclones. They'll try to clear out, but a nice job by Benton to poke it away. Kornetsky picks it up. He'll send it down the wall and back into the hands of the Cyclones. Well, trying to clear, but it was LeGrand who stopped it. Benton with a shot, and it was up in the air. Rebound, loose, cleared by the Cyclones. Back toward Benton, but just past his stick. Kornetsky with a shot through traffic. Benton tried to deflect. Now it went wide. Bryant going through. He lost it, and Bryant will wait. Bryant working to protect the puck. Pressure by the Cyclones. Now it's LeGrand. Walkenhorst on a line change, nearly leading to an offsides call. Walkenhorst trying to shift through. Got to be poked away. Back to the Cyclones. It's 23 Weingarter. Pass over to 52. 52 looking for something. He'll get tripped, but no call. 52 Wyden had an opportunity, and he's down on the ice with the stick loose. And 52 getting tripped. He's hopefully okay. And the Falcons back to their own bench. Owen Whited back up and on his own power. He's headed to the bench. He should be fine. Looks like he's holding his head a little bit or maybe fixing his gear, but either way, no penalty called on that. It's still an even strength match. Thank you. Thank you. On the spectator side in the neutral zone, it's Masters against Francis. Picked up by Walkenhorst, cleared across the blue line. Francis resets, as well as the rest of the Junior Cyclones team. It's carried around the net by Francis and poked away by Bryant. Now sticked over by Masterson, back to Bryant. Bryant looking ahead, but stolen by 37 Harmon. Picked back up by Bryant and cleared down low behind the net. The Cyclones who want to clear it, but off the glass and into the net is the Cyclones, who will stop the clock at 9:23 in the second period. Just to see that everything's fine. Gorham now at left with Harrison facing off against number 13 Schlake. 53 Mickley at right. Denny with a shot through traffic and a nice quick save as Markwell dropped to the butterfly for the Cyclones. Denny again up top looking for a shot through traffic. It's another shot. Rebound opportunity picked up by the Falcons, though cleared by the Cyclones. And it's just past Beck, and this should be the length of the ice for an icing call. It will be. And 9:01, the Falcons will carry the action back to their own attacking zone. And a couple of nice chances in the last sequence. It's Gorham at left. Harrison again facing off against Schlake. Cleared to Mickley. Mickley with a shot. That's into the body of Markwell. Deflected back behind the net. Picked up by Gorham, though stolen by the Cyclones. And the pass ahead to number 67, Payne. That was wide, and just ahead of him, it was grabbed by Denny down low. Pass to Harrison. Harrison again with a one-on-one. He's going to look for a chance. Harrison, shot, and score by Harrison! It's a goal at 8:34. Should be an assist by Denny. That one through the 5-hole. Newport was just tripped and no penalty called. Actually, yes, it will be called. Newport down, and now the Falcons have another player advantage. This penalty coming against number 23, Landon Weingartner. Clock at 8:28 in the second period. So 2 tripping calls against the Cyclones and another power play opportunity for the Falcons. Benton will face off against number 52, Owen Whited, with Newport at left, LeGrand at right, Krenitsky and Masterson on defense for the Falcons. Picked up by LeGrand. Loose puck. Newport passed back to Masterson. No, it's sticked away. It's picked up by number 7. It was blown dead on the offsides call. Actually, it's another tripping call. We'll have number 52 Whited in the box, and now it's a 5-on-3. So 8:17 on the clock. There will be a minute and 15 seconds of a 5-on-3. Falcons desperately need this as they have to pick up a couple wins to maintain contention for the championship match here as part of the Bear Tournament in Ohio. Three tripping calls now against the Cyclones. Benton back to LeGrand. LeGrand pass to Lurk. Lurk shot through traffic. That was just wide. Markwell adjusted, picked up by Newport. Again, a backhand shot by Benton, collected by the Cyclones. They attempt to clear, picked up by Beck. Beck, another shot through traffic, hit the body of the Cyclones. Won't be kept in, but it's Lurk who collects it, and the Falcons back on side. 37 chasing it down. It's Harmon who has it, and he tried to clear, but into the body of Benton, and it will be sent the length of the ice. It should be, no, it's called clear by the referee, so the Falcons will have to chase it down. Lurk will grab it, and pressure by Francis, pass to Newport. Newport, though, lost it off the effort of Francis, and a good job to stick with it by the junior Cyclones. But it's a nice pass by Lurk to Benton. Benton, he'll shift over. He's forced wide, back through the face-off dot, and a backhand shot in the body of Markwell. Again, over to Benton. Benton, shot through traffic, loose puck. It's back behind the net, collected by Newport. Hickley chasing. Newport, poked away by the Cyclones, collected by Denny. Back to Masters. Actually, Masterson. Masterson down low to Harrison. And no, it was Harrison, or Masterson, who couldn't collect it. Number 12, Poulter, chasing it down. Collected by 72, Denny, who just went down into the boards and no call there. Denny's still down. And we'll have a stop and play. And that was a nice penalty kill by the junior Cyclones as they had a 5-on-3, and the Falcons sending a couple shots toward net, but Markwell doing a good job to prevent anything going past her. And it's still a tie game as a result. 6:37 on the clock in the second period. We're back to even strength. Harrison will face off against 00 Francis for the junior Cyclones. Rounding out the lineup for the Falcons will be Mickley at right, Gorham at left, Krenitsky and Masterson on defense. Armstrong in net. We'll see if he faces any more shots. Shot through traffic, deflected off the skates of Mickley, collected by Gorham behind the net. Poked away, though, by the Cyclones. Pass ahead to Harrison. Harrison trying to send it out. Kept in by 44. That was Truid. Masterson wraps it around. Picked up by Mickley. Mickley trying to send through. No, it's Truid, but keeps it in. Gorham. Pass over to Krenitsky. Krenitsky looking for a pass to Harrison. Harrison just ahead of his stick. Couldn't collect it. Now Masterson at center ice. Taps ahead to Mickley. Back to Masterson. Pass to Harrison. And 12 contesting. That'll go down deep into Falcons attacking territory. Almost kept in by Harrison, sent across the blue line. Krenitsky, pass ahead to Gorham. And Gorham working the puck through. He squeezed it into traffic. Gorham, pass over to Harrison, but Harrison lost it. It's low behind the net, collected by Mickley. Mickley looking for something. That was a shot by Gorham, but a tough angle as it was behind the net. That's a pass, actually a shot by Masterson into the left leg pad of Markwell, who made a save. Now Masterson, contested by Francis, and the Cyclones will have to reset. They do. It's 53 Canterbury. Armstrong with a save. Left leg pad save and a smother as he stopped the rebound. And that was 50, actually, correction, that was 73 Canterbury with a nice shot. And 13 Slake now facing off against Masters. Another shot. That one wide. Armstrong adjusting over, and Armstrong doing a good job so far to prevent any rebounds. That'll be the name of the game as Xander Bryant kicks it down into the corner, collected it, but kept in on the effort of the Cyclones, and Beck will clear it over to the boards. Finally back to the neutral zone for the Falcons. It's Xander Bryant who sends a pass toward Masters, but just poked out by the Cyclones, who now clear it into the neutral zone. It's Beck toward Bryant, but a nice back-checking effort by Payne as they had possession, collected by Masters. No, the name's correct. And a brief transition there between both teams, collected again by Bryant. Bryant carrying it in. He's going to enter the shooting lane, low slot. Wanted the backhand shot, but just loose ahead of his stick. And 3 dark jerseys all over Bryant. And the Falcons doing a good job spreading the ice, but defensively it's the Cyclones who are smothering the Falcons on every opportunity. And if the Falcons could get a couple of passes over, they may be able to spread the ice and stop anything from happening. This should be a hooking call as number 9, Andrea, went down. So 3:44 in the second period. A hooking call against Andrea, number 9 for the junior Cyclones. And with 4 penalties in the game, that's 6 minutes total, with the Falcons having a player or 2 advantage. We'll see if they can come away with a power play goal. It's Denny up top, who couldn't keep it in. It's collected now by Whited, number 52. And a hooking call against Benton as he got tied up with Whited, who was working his way through the neutral zone. So it'll be a 4-on-4 for a minute, and then the Cyclones will go on a power play for 30 seconds. Falcons now facing off in their own defensive territory. It's Harrison who will open the 4-on-4 action against number 52, Whited. And the Falcons and the Cyclones waiting for a clock adjustment as the booth is getting a little bit of direction from the referee, as well as the junior Cyclones bench. So we'll see what happens. Armstrong just getting a stretch in, and he must be preparing for some power play shot action. 3:21 on the clock. That's won by Harrison. Poked back toward Denny. Sent around the ice to Gorham. Gorham into the neutral zone. Cleared it through, and Gorham went down. We'll have no penalty called as Gorham smacked into one of the Cyclones players, and no icing call on that. And Gorham bumping in again into one of the junior Cyclones. Play into the neutral zone. Picked up by Araverasu, number 7. For the Cyclones. Harrison tapped back toward Gorham. Gorham, Harrison to his left. Gorham in the shot, and a save by Markwell. Gorham attempting to keep it in, as well as Krenitsky. It's tied up on the boards, finally cleared out into open territory. It'll be kept in by Mickley, who just came in on a line change for the Falcons. Now the Cyclones breaking out. Falcons back checking. It'll be Bryant trying to poke it away. Araverasu losing it on the effort of Mickley. 52 Whited, dancing around Masterson. And I believe that was Denny who poked it out of the hands of Whited. Now to be Bryant. Bryant trying to squeeze this one through. It's a power play. It's 5-on-4 for the Cyclones. They'll get a little contested shot. It's a 3-on-1. Pass over to number 73, Canterbury. Pass over again, Armstrong shifting. And the 3-on-1, no good, as the power play loses steam, and that's an effective penalty kill for 30 seconds by the Falcons. 1:34 on the clock here in the second period as time winds down. And as we're deep into the game, we'll see what persists if the Falcons can get a couple more opportunities, as well as the Cyclones. It looks like the Cyclones were attempting to break out. It'll be kept in, and Canterbury chasing after, but deflected down to the corner, picked up by Walkenhorst for the Falcons. Mickley. Back, and a pass over to Poulter, who keeps it in up top, poked away by Lurk. And Legrand tied up. We'll have a hooking call by Poulter as Legrand caught on the hooking call. Number 12. Matthew Poulter for the Cyclones. So 3 successive tripping calls, 3 successive hooking calls. That'll be Lurk sending it low, but picked up by the Cyclones. They'll clear it out, and Legrand had a piece of it. Masterson chases it. He's in the back end of the neutral zone. Pass toward Legrand. Legrand, pressure by 13 for the junior Cyclones. That was Schlake. Legrand dancing through traffic, top of the face-off dot. And now poked out on the effort of the Cyclones. That was Schlake. Legrand will arrive first, looking for a pass. Pressure by Schlake. Pass into neutral zone. Newport contending. We passed it back to Masterson. Now in the hands of Legrand. Legrand assessing. He'll keep possession. Spinning around. Now to Legrand, who sends a shot off the body and chest of Markwell. It's Masterson. Shot through traffic, deflected. That'll go wide. Benton and number 67, Ashton Payne, getting tied up down in the corner. They'll be all right. No penalty call on that. And 13 minutes now on the clock as we open play in the third period. Can I have a little bit more of that? Thank you. Junior Cyclones on the season are 11 wins, 14 losses, and 4 ties, forcing 116 goals, allowing 101. Falcons on the season are 21 wins, 9 losses, 3 ties, forcing 125 goals, allowing 79. My hockey ratings are fairly close. Falcons at a 77.9 and the Junior Cyclones at a 76.1. But a fairly even match here today. And third period we'll see Harrison opening things up against number 52 Whited. It is a 5-on-4 for 23 more seconds. As Gorham chases the puck over to the wall, he'll pass it to Denny up top. Denny sends it across the ice. Picked up by Harrison, who passes to Beck. Beck, backhand pass toward Mickley, but intercepted by the Cyclones, who now break out. They'll get a pass over to Whited. Whited trying to swing through. Picked up by Gorham, who passes to Harrison. Andrea will try to send it, and that's intercepted by Mickley. Mickley tied up by Andrea. And a backhand pass by Gorham through traffic. No Falcon there to accept. Beck will send it to Harrison. Harrison looking for the wraparound. That's a signature shot. Couldn't get it as it was poked away by one of the junior Cyclones players. Looked like maybe number 9 Andrea. We'll see. It was Harrison who was behind the net, unable to get back onside. That'll stop the clock at 11:50 in the third period. The Falcons need a win here, and they also need a win against the Indy Junior Fuel to even be in contention for the championship. That would also be contingent on a couple of other scenarios with one of the other two teams who picked up a win yesterday to have a loss or a tie. We'll see how that works out. It has not been a blowout match by any stretch of the imagination. Masterson now behind the net. They'll send that ahead to Bryant. Bryant in the neutral zone trying to collect it. Lost in the feet though. And that was number 15 who shoved Bryant in the back into the boards. That'll be a boarding call. Oh, correction. I think that was 37. We'll see who goes to the sin bin on this one. Actually, number 19, Zachary Carlson. That'll be boarding. And Xander Bryant still down on the ice, unfortunately. Coach LeGrand coming over to check on him. Sarah Bryant, mother of Xander, coming over to check, and he looks like he's going to be okay. He's up on his own feet now. And that's a good sign. Parker Armstrong coming over to check as well. And Xander Bryant holding his lower back, unsure what is ailing him, but he's getting a slight push from Coach Tyler LeGrand. He'll be okay. And Bryant back to the bench. One of the speedier players for the Falcons. Will hope that he can resume play. And out of 7 penalties today, that's 6 against the junior Cyclones. Puck is cleared by the Cyclones back and picked up by Beck at the red line, who sent it back into their attacking territory with Newport contesting behind the net. Puck was cleared up top at the point to Lurk, who sent it back around. This one will be a glove attempt by Lurk, but no, just past his hands. Now it's Beck. Pass to Benton. Benton, though, lost it off the stick effort of Francis. LeGrand sent it through. That was Beck across the blue line with Newport still offside. Stops the clock at 10:39 in the third period. 57 seconds remains on the penalty for Zachary Carlson of the junior Cyclones. He's still in the sin bin. And now number 12, Matthew Poulter, facing off against Harrison. Harrison won. That was sent to Mickley. Mickley dancing around the face-off circle. The centering pass over to Gorham. Gorham, loose puck, and the rebound not collected by Markwell, but viewed by the referee as so. But blown dead as a result. Now the clock at 10:30. 40 seconds remains on the power play for the Falcons. Mickley, shot. That's over the glove and back behind the net as Markwell attempted to make a save. Gorham will poke that puck back across to the boards, kept in by Denny. Denny pass over to Mickley. Lost. Mickley. Actually, Masterson shot. Loose puck down low. Picked up by the Cyclones. It's Canterbury sending it ahead. Pass by Denny to Masterson. Masterson, though, lost it. That'll be Coulter who grabbed it, but cleared away by Denny. Denny down in the corner. He'll send it toward Gorham, and Harrison kept in on a nice effort at the point by number 2. That was actually correction. That might have been Andrea, number 9. It's Harrison one-on-one with Gorham to his right. Harrison trying to shift over. Shot. That's actually not a shot. Wraparound. Rebound picked up by Gorham. He sent it ahead. That was just wide. Gorham's shot actually passed centered, but no Falcon there to accept. It's Denny who will send one in. Deflected off the stick of Walkenhorst. And Harrison wants that wraparound, denied by Markwell. Clock running now, but finally stopped. Looked like a little bit of an error by the booth. And the referee resetting it to 9:19 here in the third period. Walkenhorst passed to Knitsky up top. Made its way toward Masters, who got tied up. He ended up down on the ice. It's 13 with possession. 13 Schlake trying to get a shot off, contested by the Falcons. Pass collected by Kronetsky, who sends it into the neutral zone. This may head toward the net, but should be icing. It is. And with the clock now at 8:54, we're deep into the game. We'll see what happens as the Falcons now face off in their own defensive territory. Lone goal for the Falcons coming at 8:34 in the second period. The assist by number 72, Frank Denny. Lone goal for the Cyclones. We've got a high stick call. No penalty, but that'll stop the action. Lone goal for the Junior Cyclones coming at the first period, 7:49, by number 12, Matthew Poulter. That was a nice one-timer. And Kronetsky bumping into the body of one of the Junior Cyclones up top as they wanted a nice hard slap shot. Armstrong adjusting over. He'll have to seal the post. And the puck into the top of the lane. That'll get sent down, deflected by Armstrong toward Masters. Masters spins around. He'll maintain possession. No, he just lost it. That puck sent behind the net. Junior Cyclones still with an attacking opportunity. Nearly cleared out by Walkenhorst. Finally back into the neutral zone. Bryant chasing after. He's back on the ice. That's a good sign. And the Falcons now on the 8th penalty of the game. Should have a tripping call. We'll see what it was. That penalty comes at 8:07 in the third. Falcons need to prevent any shots, and Armstrong, again, his big theme is rebound control. We'll see what he can do here. He's going to deflect that back behind the net. It's picked up by Masterson. Kept it up top. Armstrong with a save. He'll deflect it behind the net again. Good control again. Armstrong adjusting over. Cyclones trying to pick it up, but stopped by Lurk. That'll be a shot into the body of Benton. Now collected by Legrand. Pass toward Benton in the neutral zone, stopped by the Cyclones. That was number 7, Aravarasu. Shot. Armstrong deflecting over. And the Cyclones working the puck toward the net. It's up in the air. They're going to try to get one over. Armstrong adjusting. And another shot. That one nearly collected by Cyclones as Armstrong left a little bit of net open. But it's the Falcons trying to clear. That'll be in the net. Should stop the clock, and 30 seconds remains on the power play for the Cyclones. Xander Bryant still in the sin bin. 7:08 on the clock in the third period. Tie game. The next one may decide the victor as a new line change will result in stoppage of play. It's Harrison who will face off against 00 Francis, with Denny, Newport, and Beck on the ice for the Falcons. Newport trying to clear as well as Harrison. It's now loose to Harrison. Harrison shorthanded, dances around Andrea. He'll have a one-on-one contested. Harrison shorthanded, couldn't get it. He's looking for a wraparound. No penalty called as he's down behind the net. And Harrison with a nice shorthanded opportunity couldn't do anything with it. It's another wraparound opportunity. That one though just wide. That was sent loose. Now the Cyclones on the attack. Number 1, Madeline Hayes. She wanted a shot. Pass toward Newport. This will cross the blue line and back across before the Cyclones could get back on side. And the clock stopped at 6:23. It's an even strength match now. 5-on-5 for the Chesterfield Falcons out of St. Louis, Missouri, and the Junior City, or the Junior Cyclones out of Cincinnati. That puck picked off of 67 Harmon in the hands of Harrison. Shot toward the net, but just behind. Mickley with a centering pass. Broken up by Markwell, the goalie for the Cyclones. Harrison, or Gorham, swinging over. He deflected initially, but collected by the Cyclones. Now in the hands of the Cyclones, over to 34. 34 with a shot. Initial save, collected by 60. Maybe it was 73. Actually, that was 13 Schlake. So the wrist shot on the open net. Armstrong with the initial save. It was 73. Canterbury who had a wrist shot. Armstrong got his glove on it. So now the Cyclones back on the attack, broken up by Beck. Armstrong made the save, but coughed up the rebound and unable to corral it. Unfortunately, it's now Mickley, or Masters, sending one ahead. Then Xander Bryant firing a shot on net. Masters trying to send one through. They'll send one. And it's in the net, but no, it was blown dead. We'll have a penalty call. Actually, no, it's a stop in time as the net was loose. 5:31. So the puck made it in the net on the shot by Masters or Bryant, and no goal. Yeah, nice first save by Armstrong, but the open net, too much for the Falcons to control. Picked up by Slake on that last goal in the third period at 5:54. And that gives the Junior City, or the Junior Cyclones out of Cincinnati, the lead. It's a 2-1 lead. And if the Falcons drop this game, it may be a rematch that we'll see in the consolation game. We'll find out. Beck, pass ahead to Bryant. Bryant shifts around, circling. Over to Walkenhorst as it was deflected. Walkenhorst with a shot, but a gut trap saved by Markwell. Markwell, who's been in net the entirety of the game, has done a nice job so far. .13 on the clock in the third period. Benton won the face-off, cleared over to LeGrand. LeGrand, pressure by 44, Trub. Now Newport trying to send one through traffic, but sticked away by Markwell for the Cyclones. Cyclones with possession. Attempt to clear, but picked up by Denny. Denny shot through traffic. That one wide. Less than 5 minutes in play now. And a puck deflected off the skate or stick of Newport toward the net. And Markwell heads up play to catch that through traffic as it was slow toward the net, but she stopped it nonetheless. Benton will face off against, I believe, 00 Francis for the Cyclones. Yes, it is. With LeGrand at right. Krenitsky picking up the face-off win. Deflected up in the air, collected by the Cyclones, stopped by Krenitsky. Loose puck back to Benton. Benton He'll shift wide toward the perimeter. Pressure. Back to Benton. Benton through traffic, though stopped. Benton again. Centering pass. Collected by Newport. Newport send it in. It was Newport. Then collected by LeGrand. No, Newport sent it in. Newport tie game. The rebound for Newport. And Newport giving Armstrong a little bit of a fist bump. That play coming at 4:22. Falcons with a bit of fire in their legs. They'll cross. Gorham into the low slot. No, deflected wide by the Cyclones. Stopped again by Gorham, though. Cyclones trying to break out. Picked up by Mickley. Mickley with a shot. Nearly in as it was just past the left post. Contested, but it's the Cyclones who will break out now, and the Falcons will have to back check. A stick poke away by Mickley. Mickley couldn't control it, though. Collected by Payne. Sent down to the opposite corner. It's 34 Rhea chasing after. Though Harrison trying to send it toward Gorham. Mickley off center. Trying to collect it off the boards as well as Gorham. Armstrong waiting for some pressure. And we'll have a trip. Lurk went down. Unsure. It's actually a power play. A trip as Lurk went down, and should be number 67, Ashton Payne, to the sin bin. I believe that'll be the 9th penalty of the game. So the junior Cyclones at 3:26 on the clock. They'll have a 5-4 advantage, the Falcons. Picked up by Masters. Masters trying to clear it over toward Benton. Actually, that was Lurk. Over to Bryant, though, off the boards. Bryant lost it, kept in by Lurk. Poked away by the Cyclones. Masterson has control. Pass back to Bryant. Bryant enters at the top of the point. Bryant tied up. He got sent down on the boards. It's going to be a shot by Lurk. Through traffic, deflected behind the net by Kirkwall. Oh, nearly sent in by Walkenhorst on a wraparound. Cleared by the Cyclones, though. This should be an icing call, and it will be at 2:47 in the third. It's the Falcons who have a 5-on-4 player advantage with number 67 Payne in the penalty box. 50 seconds remains on that. And it's been a good game. Contested on both ends of the ice. Markwell for the Cyclones ready. Face-off won by Benton, cleared. Shot by Denny, picked up by Markwell. And a save. And you know it's a good game when your wife doesn't like sports and she's finally into sports. That's the beauty of hockey. Face-off won by Benton, cleared back toward Denny. Denny toward LeGrand, but LeGrand lost his footing. Past LeGrand, picked up by Benton. It's Benton with 20 seconds left on the power play attack. He'll enter at the point, picked up by the Cyclones. Newport with possession. He'll carry it ahead. Newport with a shot, and it's in! Newport, 2 successive goals. He'll score! Newport with a wrist shot in the shooting lane at 2:15. That's a power play goal. Only 10 seconds left on the player advantage. Falcons now just need to close the game out. Cyclones working for the tie. Cyclones have only been at a tie stance or better as they open scoring, so they now find themselves fighting from behind in the first time this game. It's Kronitsky in the neutral zone. He'll fire it toward Gorham. Gorham, though, lost it off his body. Now the Cyclones have a bit of speed in their legs. It's Mickley. He'll send a shot toward the net. That was just behind and off the back of the net. Pass by Gorham toward Mickley. Mickley lost it, cleared by the Cyclones. Back behind the net now as Mickley got shoved down. And we should have another power play opportunity for the Falcons. That's the 10th penalty of the game, 8 coming against the Cyclones. And number 19, Zachary Carlson, unhappy with that one, but that's the way it goes. So the penalty coming at 1:31 in the third period on the boarding call means the Falcons will have a 5-on-4 advantage for the rest of the game. They'll have 1 second, but by the time the player even steps out on the ice, it should be over. And so the Falcons trying to prevent any shorthand opportunities. That's what they'll work for. It's picked up by Lurk. Lurk down low. Lurk will have a shot, backhand shot into the body of Markwell. Markwell with a nice save, but rebound coughed up. And puck lost in the skates of Masters. He sent it toward the net. A blocker save picked up by Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst fired it in. Walkenhorst pads the goal. And the Falcons now with the lead. Walkenhorst shot in the open net at 57 seconds remaining. That's a power play wrist shot goal. So power play goal by Newport to bring the Falcons ahead, and a power play goal by Walkenhorst nearly a minute and 20 seconds later gives the Falcons the 2-goal lead. Unsure if the Cyclones will pull their goalie. It's only a handful of seconds remaining, now under 50, but it's the Falcons who have possession. It's Benton trying to carry it through. Now in the hands of the Cyclones, though, as they look to break out. It's number 52, Whited, trying to dance around Denny, but Denny pressured. He got his stick on it. Denny will tie this up over on the perimeter. Benton trying to get his skate on it. Armstrong will need to remain vigilant. No goalie pulled. It's Markwell in the back, and Falcons smothering the puck. That will shave a couple of seconds off the clock. But still 20 remains, and the Falcons should be able to close the game out. Puck cleared to Lurk by Harrison, who won the face-off. That's going to be sent the length of the ice for an icing call, and Markwell was pulled, in fact. Now the Falcons will see a 6-on-5 attack by the Cyclones, who now have an empty net. 12 seconds remains, 12.8 to be exact. Junior Cyclones from the local Cincinnati area will see some pressure against the Falcons. It's number 5, Maxwell Harrison from Chesterfield, who will face off against number 52, Whited. And the puck now being frozen up against the boards yet again. 5 seconds remaining. Both teams will get a little chippy as Falcons just try to shave time off the clock. Whited now out. No, actually Whited just getting a word from the coach. Whited will still face off against Harrison. Whited for the Junior Cyclones, Harrison for the Falcons. Kranitsky, Gorham, they'll all converge on the puck. Loose puck again to the boards. And smothered. It's the Falcons who pick up a tournament win. They needed this to keep hopes alive. And they're all happy about that one as they dropped a 6-1 loss yesterday to the Glass City Gladiators out of Toledo. In this matchup coming at the Queen City Sportsplex in Cincinnati, Ohio, part of the Bear Tournament on Saturday, January 17th, 2026, a matchup between the junior Cyclones out of Cincinnati and the Chesterfield Falcons out of St. Louis, Missouri. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.